episode of Wheelie Sloth. I'm your host, John Mitchell. Now, I know I said I'd put this video out yesterday, so I'm a day late and $1 short. And the reason why? Anxiety. Hey, guess what we're going to talk about today? Anxiety. So, there are at least 3 types of anxiety that I'm going to talk about. The first one is called generalized anxiety. Generalized anxiety basically is everything from simple worrying all the way up to needing medication. And this is a constant worry. Your life's always going crazy. It's always there. So that would be generalized worrying. And yes, every once in a while you can take medication for it. I don't talk about medication because I'm not a doctor and I don't have any reason to talk about that kind of stuff. So you can talk with your doctor. They do prescribe medication for anxiety. The second form of anxiety are panic attacks. These usually last 15 minutes to half hour, give or take a few minutes, where your world just comes crashing down and you can't function, you can't do anything for at least that 15 to 30 to 40 minutes, however long it takes. But you get over it, which is good. The third style is socialization anxiety, in which you have issues with everything from talking to people to giving a speech in front of someone to talking on the cell phone. All these things are all different forms of anxiety. So now we ask the question, are stress and anxiety the same thing? And I honestly have to say no. And here's the reason why. When I think of stress, I think of physical, outwardly things, such as your kids are driving you nuts, you have too much work to do at work, your car breaks down, you have no money, and you have lots of bills due. Those are all stressors. Anxiety is more in the brain, where basically it takes all those stressors that I just mentioned and it creates a very bad possible scenario in your brain. Let's say that your kids are driving you nuts and you have no money to go get dinner. Those stresses can cause anxiety. And so when I think of anxiety, I think of what goes on inside your brain. That's what causes anxiety. Rachel says, medicine if it's totally out of control. I don't take it that often, only if I feel like I'm going to lose my mind. When I feel it coming in, I try to pinpoint what it is that is causing it and then talk it through to myself. Sometimes I don't know the source and that is more difficult for me. I try to remember to get on my knees and ask for help. Sometimes a hot bath helps and listening to music. Other times I just try to occupy myself and keep myself and my mind busy. Paul says, it's a psychological condition which can be brought on by an imbalance of nutrition or chemicals in the brain. Also, we have an embedded belief system in our unconscious mind which determines if things are okay or not. If someone is triggered into thinking that there is something wrong, it causes a fearful reaction, causing them to protect themselves. The brain will elevate heart rate and release adrenaline to prepare for whatever it is. So, what are some things you can do to relieve your anxiety? Well, one thing we talked about in Rachel's comment was taking a hot bath, listening to music, spending 20 minutes by yourself. These are all small things you can do. Now, me personally, I love music. I can listen to music all day long. That to me has been one of my biggest de-stressors. Also, I like to get out of the house. I think I'll do that right now. I'm going to go out for a little roll today. They say 20 minutes a day is awesome. Oh, no. It is way too cold outside. That's not happening today. Maybe we'll try something else. Some other things you can do to de-stress your life are having no social media day, staying very hydrated, doing things for yourself like arts or crafts, watching a relaxing movie, watching a hilarious movie. These are all ways to help yourself de-stress. I want to thank you for coming by and watching my videos. Again, this is Wheelie Sloth, and I'm John Mitchell, your host. Come again in a couple days, and we'll have another video up on another subject. Again, we try and help people with all kinds of infirmaries, disabilities, you name it. We try and help you guys out. So here's what I need you guys to do today. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and also, when you see someone today, do something nice for them, because you never know what's going to happen then tomorrow or the next day, or what's going to happen to you for that matter. So until we see each other again, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.